Hi, welcome to the Pigskin Postgame Wrap. I'm Joe Cortez, joined by Ron Agostini. Ron, where the hell is everybody?
Everyone left. I don't know. Did we do something wrong here?
I don't know.
We're down to the
stormtroopers. Our colleague Brian Vanderbeek is at AT&T tonight for the game. He was at Game 3 of the World Series. Jim Silva is working split duty here at the Modesto B. He's got a lot on his plate. So it's just you and I.
It's just you and I. We'll have to pull it ourselves together.
Let's do it, Ron.
Let's do it. Another week.
Hey, let's start with my game tonight. I was over at Roy Blakely Field at Modesto Christian for the Ripon versus Modesto Christian showdown in the TVL. You know, Ripon got off to a real rough start this year. They were 1-4, but it was probably the toughest schedule in the Stanislaus District. But they had won their first two Trans Valley League games and were 2-0. Modesto Christian was 2-0, and only one of them is 3-0 now, and that's Modesto Christian. They won the game 44-30. Ripon turned the ball over on 3 consecutive possessions. The last 2 of the first quarter, and then on the first play of the second quarter, a turnover. And Modesto Christian capitalized on 2 of those, finding pay dirt twice, both Chris Brown touchdowns. And that was kind of the difference here, 14-point margin. The final margin is a little closer than the game was. MC was up by 20 late in this game, and a couple of late scores. But I got to tell you, I was really impressed with Modesto Christian. That is a fantastic football. And Ripon. You know, Ripon is a very good team that fell victim to a really tough schedule. But man, they can play.
Modesto Christian's record is what now?
Modesto Christian is now 7-1.
7-1. I can't recall a team with that good a record with that few players on their roster.
They had 19 players suited up, and then on the first PAT attempt of the night, they lost their kicker to a rolled ankle. So they're down to 18 again. But boy, they can really play. Chris Brown is a wonderful player. He's their tailback. Marcus Warren is another solid running back of theirs. Just a fast little player, tough little runner too. And then they've got 2 big fullbacks, Zach Schott and Connor Dowd. And Modesto Christian coach Mike Parsons was telling me that's where he's able to get these guys a little rest. He's got the 2 tailbacks, the 2 fullbacks, and he kind of interchanges them. One of them will head to the sideline and get a breather over there. But boy, they can really play. They are just a wonderful team.
Do you think Parsons is enjoying his time back here at Modesto Christian?
I do. I was kind of watching him tonight. He really has a good time on the sideline. And who wouldn't with Connor Dowd on your roster? This kid is a two-way star. He's a middle linebacker and a fullback, and he has no regard whatsoever for his own personal safety. This kid just throws his body in harm's way. He's an auto accident waiting to happen. He's a fantastic player. The best linebacker I think I've seen this year. And the kid up in Sierra, Trayvon McCray, he's pretty good too. It's close, but boy, I was really impressed with both teams.
Now, Parsons, we know how good Parsons is as a coach.
Oh, yeah.
Coaching Modesto Christian to a state title, going to Clovis West, having great success there.
Winning the Central Section title his first year
there. And then eventually coming back here and having a great season, even though they have such a small roster at MC. Great job.
Let me just put a bow on this. Chris Brown, the sophomore running back, 18 carries for 159 yards, 1 catch for 47. That's 206 yards of total offense, if my math is correct, and I'm sure it is.
I'm sure it is too, knowing you, Joe.
3 TDs.
You're all over it.
But and some standout players on Ripon's side of the ball too. Matthew Izzet, remember his brother last year, Michael Izzet?
Michael, yep.
Matthew is listed on the roster at 5'8" and 160, and you know what that means. He's probably about 5'6" and a half, 149.
Not quite as
not
big
very
as
big
listed.
at all, but boy, he's an impact player.
Yeah.
And Ryan Fugit.
There are a lot of juniors on that Ripon High team. They're going to be pretty good.
23 juniors. They are going to be dynamite next year.
They are.
Hey, what happened in your game tonight?
Yes, I was at Johansson High, Joe, for Modesto High's homecoming game against Enochs. Wide open offensive game, won by Modesto on their homecoming night, 48-35 over Enochs. That's Modesto's 7th win. They're 7-1, 3-1 in MMC. I would guess that's probably puts them in the playoffs, don't you think, Joe, with their 7th win?
Absolutely.
Not officially, but we think it does.
Absolutely.
Enochs 3-6, 3-2 in conference, probably out.
Probably done.
Probably out. But this was a very competitive game tonight. 28-28 at half. Neither team could stop the other in the first half. They were just going back and forth. Enochs, major improvement over last week's 40-14 loss to Downey. They were extremely competitive tonight against Modesto. Actually had a lead at one point there late in the first half. But 28-28 at half. The second half, the teams were separated pretty much by the Modesto quarterback, Nate Phillips, who does it again tonight with his ad-libbing, the way he leads his team. Just a great effort. Modesto took the lead to stay on a break, actually. Punt snaps sailed over the Enochs punter's head.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Modesto recovered at the 1. That was a touchdown. And then Phillips made a couple nice ad-lib plays for touchdown.
He always does.
Yeah, always does that. From the Enochs 20, he rolls out, ad-libbing all the way. He goes back almost to his 40. Down the field, Will Gallo, his favorite receiver, is drawing all the attention. So Phillips throws to his backup fullback, Matthew McElroy. After about 10 seconds later, hits him at the 5. He lopes in, touchdown. And then late in the game, Modesto put the game away. Phillips rolling to his left. Looks like he's going to run. Stops in his tracks. Stops, throws. Kendall McNair catches it for his 3rd touchdown of the night. And there's the ball.
Kendall McNair is a solid player.
Kendall McNair scored on a 91-yard kickoff return. A couple touchdown catches. Big time night for him. Enochs actually outgained Modesto tonight, 410 to 337. The Eagles rushed for 320 yards. That's going to be an issue for Modesto here going into the playoffs, I believe. They're not big.
No.
And Enochs had great success running the ball against them. Eddie Alderson rushed for 170 yards and 3 touchdowns. 77 yards on Enoch's 3rd snap of the game for a touchdown. Big-time game. Sean Munoz, outstanding quarterback.
My guy.
Played hard all night long.
What did he rush for?
Rushed for 110, scored, led his team. Pretty strong performance by those two guys. McCoy Kent, great game for Enochs. Will Gallo, great game for Modesto. He's recovering from his injuries. He plays outside linebacker, defensive end, puts his foot in the ground, does whatever he needs to do on defense. Opposing offenses seldom run toward him. He's that good. And then he also caught a 2-point conversion pass and 5 other receptions on offense. Did a little bit of everything. A lot of great individual performances on both sides of the field tonight. But big win for Modesto and homecoming, Joe.
That Modesto Metro Conference race is really shaping up to be exactly the way the coaches predicted in both Downey, Modesto, Grigori.
Yes, separated by 1 play, as it turns out, Modesto and Downey.
Right.
Yeah, inside the 5, 1 play. They're that close.
Hey, let's take a look at some scores from around the district tonight.
Let's.
Couple that stand out.
Not many close games tonight.
One that was close involved your alma mater. Take it, Ron.
Well, Sierra continued their great run. They're unbeaten. They won 35-21, but that game that score is a little closer than most observers thought. East Union's a little down in numbers in their older classes. Willie Herrera has brought up quite a few sophomores. Apparently, they're helping. I have not seen the team play, but apparently they are improving a little bit. They've won 3 games after winning 1 in each of the last 3 years, so it's a little improvement for the Lancers.
Done a nice job.
Not bad at all. Bringing that program forward a little bit, but another win for Sierra. They are unbeaten and rolling in the VOL now.
Score that stands out to me is Pacheco just flattening Patterson.
Boy, that's a surprise. The coaches were in the WAC were very close on their voting on who should be the favorite in the preseason. And I think it was like 1 or 2 votes separated these two teams. This was not close.
No. A lot of coaches I talked to really liked Pacheco's physicalness.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I believe Frank Ginda has committed to San Jose State.
You believe correctly.
I believe correctly on
He has
that.
indeed.
Yes. And,
which would make Jimmy Silva,
Yeah.
our resident Spartan, very happy.
Yes.
Somewhere Jim Silva's smiling.
Jim is a Spartan, and he's going to like Frank Ginda playing for the Spartans real soon. But
Hey, Sonora beat Amador tonight, 54-0. That's second place Amador in the Mother Lode League.
yeah, but we know who the first place team is.
Listen to
in
these
the Mother
Sonora
Lode.
scores since
Yeah.
they've gotten the
Oh,
league.
yeah.
49 zip,
Yeah.
43 zip, 55-13, 56-7, and 54-0.
What was it tonight?
54-0.
Okay, they've averaged over 50 points in the last 5 weeks.
And they've given up 20 in the league. That's an
Wow.
average of 4 per game.
This is the nightmare come true for the Mother Lode with Sonora playing the way they are in their first year in the Mother Lode.
Another score that sticks out, Turlock 56, Atwater 7. You know, Merced a couple weeks back beat Atwater 49-13. Merced and Turlock play next week, and that's going to be
Huge.
it's going to be for the CCC
Be for the
title.
whole thing.
The way
Yes.
I see it.
Yes.
Hey, in the Southern League, Ron, Agostini loses to Mariposa tonight. You want to take a stab at what the score was?
I'm not even going to guess here.
22-19. Why does that sound familiar?
That was the same score as
They
earlier in the
lost
year.
to LeGrand
Yes.
by the same score.
22-19.
That is a hard luck score
Whoa.
for Coach Russell
Yeah.
McWilliams. And
Yeah,
And
2
his
tough
Gustine
22-19
Redskins. Oh,
losses
man.
for Gustine.
otherwise, they're right there.
Yes.
LeGrand beats Oristimba 28-14. LeGrand and Mariposa both 5-0. And they'll meet in Week 10, just 2 weeks away from that colossal
Big
showdown.
time showdown there.
And of course, Central, Sierra, Oakdale, and Manteca all cruise tonight in the VOL.
Yes.
As we knew they would. That's
Yes.
shaping up exactly like we had it planned. Hey, I think we've done it, Ron.
I think it is for another week. Just the two of us. And we did it.
Just the two of us. Yeah. So for Ron Agostini, I'm Joe Cortez. Be sure to join us here next Friday night or Saturday morning, as the case may be, for the Pigskin Postgame Wrap. Go to modb.com and check out all the cool stuff we've got there. Check out Stanislaus Football Weekly.
Yes.
It's all there for you. modb.com.